Let's boogie, baby. Welcome to the Procyon sector, a run corner of the galaxy where the wrong kind of crowd feels at home. Case in point, the crew of the Montressor. A mechanic on the lam for stealing an experimental hyperdrive blueprint. A noble concealing a shadowy past. A pilot hell-bent on winning some illegal hyperspace races, and a ram who just wants to smash heads and eat metal. Jam-packed with style and always low on creds, these smugglers take just enough legitimate gigs to keep their ship flying. Then, the real fun starts. They aren't your typical outlaws. They're the professionals. And they're about to take you on the ride of your life. Hello, everybody. We are live. This is Dustfire Media with episode 8 of Scum and Villainy. This is Dustfire Media.
Yep.
This is with the professionals. There we go. Our Scum and Villainy actual play podcast. This is actual play with Dustfire Media are the professionals.
Can we please create an alter ego of Justin who's flustered, but we call him Flustin? And he just says stuff out of order.
Just occasionally Flustin takes over, you know?
Hello, we are Scum.
We are Scum, and this is actual play.
And we will be performing villainy for you tonight.
Flustin probably shows up a lot more than I would like Flustin to show up, but I embrace Flustin as a part of it.
Yes, that's right. We have to love all parts of ourselves.
All parts of ourselves.
Even Flustin.
Even Flustin.
We all have a little Flustin in us.
Everybody's got a Flustin. Mine just shows up a lot.
I think you entice him.
I wish they did. It's true.
Together, we're Flustin, Fleave, Flick, Flonny.
I was gonna say my alter self is probably just dweeb, but it's all good.
So I think last episode I told you all a story about the mouse in my house.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, it came back. I thought, it found itself in my apartment somehow. It did not. It was staying here. It had checked into Hotel Justin, and it was not planning to leave. So I took it out, let it outside. Was very proud of myself for not killing something. And then maybe a couple days passed, and I've got really creaky floors. And so I was sleeping. My bed is right behind me right here. And I hear at 4 a.m, I hear creaking in the kitchen. And I'm like, that's weird. There shouldn't be anything creaking. And it wasn't just the house settling. It was definitely I'm like, all right, that sounds terrifying. And so I would walk over there and I wouldn't hear anything. So I would go back to bed and then I would hear it again. And then I would hear it. I'm like,
That was closer to a mouse noise. The first one was the Grudge, but I'll stay with you.
The first one was walking on the floor.
I mean, those are some really creaky floorboards.
They're very creaky. They're very creaky floorboards. They're very.
If a mouse can trigger out of your boards,
yes,
either one of them is possessed. I don't claim to know which.
Imagine you look at a mouse and open this mouth, and it starts making a sound.
Again, at first it was not the mouse making that sound. It was it walking on the floor.
The mouse. That was the floorboard. The mouse was speaking ancient Sumerian.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad we have a source.
And that was the moment I was like, I need to call a priest, I guess, an exterminator, maybe both. I don't know.
It's good to cover all of your bases.
Exterma priest.
And so I would keep going to the kitchen. I wouldn't see anything. I'd go back and I wouldn't hear anything. And so I texted my the next morning I woke up and I poked around my cabinet with food, and I found a bag that I'd been storing some used nori in that had a hole in it. And so I was like, there's definitely the mouse is back. And so I texted my not landlord, the maintenance person, and they came over And he's like, "Oh yeah, you've got these big holes in your floorboard. That's definitely how it's getting it. You should not have taken it outside. You should have just killed it immediately." And I'm like, wow, that's sorry.
No, don't say sorry.
I didn't say that. I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna kill that mouse. It feels like your job to
it is.
These places important and safe from mice getting into the actual house part.
2023 pacifism is dead.
And the funny this is somewhat related. So I want to give you some context for that maintenance person and you should have just outright murdered the mouse. It was 2 Saturdays ago. We were celebrating Thanksgiving with my family because Danny works in the service industry and couldn't get off for actual Thanksgiving, so we celebrated on a different day. And so I was cooking all day. When this maintenance person came over, I was making a pie, and he was, we were having to move stuff around, and I was like, "Yeah, sorry, just so you know, too, like as you're moving stuff around, I'm gonna have to be in the kitchen a little bit because I'm cooking today." And he goes, "Oh, you know how to cook?" And that caught me for a second. I had to assess that statement.
Yeah, what was your
Quick
assessment?
roll to assess the situation.
I don't think it was, "Oh, somebody that looks like you knows how to cook." It wasn't like a derogatory, like, "Oh, I'm surprised that somebody of your vibe and aura knows how to cook food." It was, "You're a man. Do you know how to cook?"
Yeah, it was
and I was like,
sexism.
I was like,
Doing a sexism.
You're a man too, sir. Like, what do you eat? I know you're not married because you made a comment like that. Or you are married, and your wife is just horribly miserable and sad the entire.
He probably is married.
I didn't say ring though, but she also doesn't say much.
The dudes who have that vibe and make the
for sure
they don't wear their rings.
For sure. And so I was just so confused. I was like, "What do you eat? Do you just eat out?"
When it's just
sadly.
Yes.
Nothing but fillet of fish.
Yes, I know how to cook food and I know how to bake things if I want to. It's just reading a recipe. You could do that too, sir. Now shut up and close the floorboards so this mice doesn't eat the food I'm making.
You know how to cook. What?
That is so weird.
Do I know
It
how to
caught
keep
me off guard.
myself alive? Excuse me?
Caught me off guard.
Dude,
Yeah.
when I worked for Spectrum, most of the field technicians mostly ate fast food.
It's wild.
Yeah, and I want to clarify to our listeners, if you don't know how to cook, you don't need to feel ashamed.
Yeah,
Just go learn how to cook.
It's so easy.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Start with simple recipes. Watch some YouTube videos.
I mean,
go do
I've told you the time, like, I consider myself a pretty decent cook.
That's for sure.
I would agree.
And I make mistakes. I told you about the black bean stir fry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people make mistakes. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah. And to clarify too, we're not attaching a moral value to being able to cook or not being able to cook, but we are attaching a moral value to being surprised that a man can cook.
Yes, it is. Yes. It's 2023. We should just assume that everybody knows how to cook, and then just not be surprised if somebody doesn't.
So at the end of the day, don't feel bad. But if you can't cook, you are a lesser human.
That's
that's
great.
the lesson.
That's the lesson.
Thanks, Danny, for summing it up so well.
Yep.
But the good news is I did not share any of my food with this person, but they still fixed my house, and I have not heard the mouse back at night, which is good.
Nice.
I am on.
That's not an exchange you should have been expected to make either. You don't. Need
It's
to
true.
Be,
Yeah. No.
Do you to fix things in your house?
Do you want some pie?
Can I pay you with this?
Do I pay you? I don't understand how this works.
Do I feed you? Do I pay you?
So
I am on edge every night. Every noise at night, though, I'm like, is that?
Oh, just
so
me too. But that's just because I listen to a lot of true crime.
That's so weird.
Is the killer back? He's back.
No, keeping the topic on house pests. I had the worst experience of my life last night.
Oh,
Very cool.
That's fresh.
Came back from the bars. I was hanging out with Danny, his sister, Rachel. And I had just bought an entire case of MREs, which is not super cheap, but it kind of works out really well per meal. Like, anyways, I had one already open, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna go eat the peanuts out of it. It's just like a little snack pack, and I open it up, and I don't look into it. I stick my fingers into it, and it did not feel like peanuts, my friends. I look inside. And they had somehow sealed, not sealed, obviously, but there were bugs inside. And they had clearly been eating it for a long time because none of the peanuts were peanuts anymore.
To clarify, too, for listeners who might not be familiar, MREs are meals ready to eat. It's a military.
Yeah, and to be clear, they are sealed with like cutting edge technology and prepped to last as long as possible, as long as humanly possible.
Yeah.
And this stuff was not good anymore.
That's rough, dude.
The thing is, terrifying. I usually, when I get like nuts or like some sort of small like snack in an MRE, I usually pour it directly into my mouth. So I was so lucky
you dodged a bullet.
that I did not do that.
Oh man!
But then I got I just was like super paranoid the whole rest of the night because like I was like, there were bugs in there. They were like house pests. I don't know exactly what kind because I was not about to like. I threw it out my balcony. I was like, F this. Not for a second. And yeah, then I was just really worried that they had like somehow gotten in my house. So I started cleaning at like 2 a.m. So that was fun. That's what I was doing.
Gross.
I love panic cleaning, personally.
Oh yeah.
That makes me wonder how often people in the military open an MRE and they're like, all bugs.
Well, they get theirs. It's almost impossible to get like actually like new, originally packaged MREs as a civilian. Yeah. Because they're illegal to sell for some reason. So when you get them, you're not
How did you get them, Nick?
You shouldn't have. These are actually repackaged. These are so they would have been they would have been like overstocked individual items that some company bought in bulk and then repackaged and sold.
Yeah. Most MREs that you can buy as a civilian are either that or a company that makes their own version of MREs. They're not actually military MREs, but they're MREs that are made by a company specifically to sell to preppers or campers.
I'm getting so much education right now.
Yep. The only way to get actual military MREs are to basically buy them directly off of someone who is in active duty, and they aren't technically supposed to do that, but it's not really punished or anything, as far as I know.
Would love to know why that's illegal. Probably to prevent people from prepping successfully for the end.
I want to be the person who goes to prison and someone asks, what are you in for? And I'm like, I bought some MREs.
I really wanted those peanuts.
Really wanted those bug peanuts. You know.
I've never run into an issue. Like, I've had bad MREs before, and just because they like were too old. And they're never that bad because, again, it's like every piece of human knowledge put into like retaining food quality is put into them. But this was awful, and I don't know if I can eat MRE again.
Just to sate my own curiosity, Nick, do you buy them for like when you go hunting or for camping, or just to have them in case
all
the
of
world
the
ends
above?
And you need food?
I like to bring them hunting because it's just like really nice to have a series of snacks literally designed for that. I like to just eat them because they're just, I don't know, I'm weird. Yeah,
if you enjoy it, it's not weird.
Well, good.
Everyone's a little weird.
So at the end of the day, if Nick enjoys it, it's weird.
Yeah, and also
weird is what the weak say to make it clear that they're uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Well, I've been playing up my ignorance, but this seems like a good time to tell everybody that I actually collect spoiled MREs. So, Nick, if you have any more, if you could just send them my way, I can add that.
I'm gonna try to return
They got bugs in the peanuts.
This is like a decomposing shrine in the corner of his room.
Oh, God.
I just kind of like to study the transfer from one form of protein to another. So,
the worst part by far was there was a split second where I was like, I know that there's no way that this could be okay because this texture is just not correct. And I wished to everything in the universe in the split second that it took me to like look inside that it had to be something else, like something else was going on.
It's like, please just let this be that I've forgotten what peanuts feel like.
Yeah, that's where I was. That's where my mind was.
And you were supposed to move.
Yeah,
good God.
Maybe peanuts have changed in the last couple days since I ate that.
I remember reading in the news. The
peanuts are different now.
This is great. Fantastic.
The guy with a monocle made a huge leap in peanut technology in the last couple days. Wonderful. Well, now we know that at least Nick and Steve are some sort of psychopathic serial killer. And
2 out of 5.
How better to move on to a crew of almost certain psychopaths as they try to bust into a prison ship to stop it from delivering some contacts that they have.
Can I ask a question about this real quick? I want to get a good picture of it. Is this more like a prison port bus where like people are moving from county to state or something like that? Or is it like a prison ship where it's like you take the whole county jail and because there's space travel, you're moving the actual prison to another location sort of thing?
Yeah, I think it is far more interesting if it is not just the men that are on the ship. So I think it's
the actual prison.
I think it's a big prison freighter that is intended to transfer a lot. It doesn't have to be from the exact same planet. You know, maybe they've made a couple stops along the way, but there are a good deal of prisoners in here for sure.
Yeah.
And how many you'll find out. We'll find out. We'll play to find out.
Indeed.
Yeah. So last episode, you had some downtime activities, but you also Graves got a message from 160, who now we know is working with the Direneck gang on the planet of Mem, and told Graves that because of their actions, the isotropic Max Secure has come to the planet of Mem to round up and arrest any revolutionary Xeno strains on the planet. And so the Mem and probably 160 are captured by isotropic Max Secure. We also had Lido Bartok overindulge his vice and decide to just bounce for a few weeks.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oops.
So Johnny, quickly as everyone else is talking, made a new character, a mystic named Theodus. It looks like we've got a last name too. It's not Theodus Smith. Johnny, what is the full name of your? And do you have a name for the Xeno species?
Yeah. So let me actually pull some of that stuff up real quick, just so I make sure I'm remembering it all correctly.
It's some more establishment.
Yeah. So Theodus's last name or surname is Dervosa, which in his people, Der just means son of, and Vosa is his maternal name. So his mom's name is Vosa.
Okay.
He's Theodus, son of Vosa, and he is one of the Cephalith. So the Cephalith are they're like octopus people they share Mem with the Mem, but think of it sort of like the Gungans and the Naboo on Naboo.
Yeah.
You've got the Naboo who kind of run the thing. They name the thing after themselves, and then you've got the Gungans hiding deep in the ocean. And it's the same way with the Cephalith.
Or for an extended Star Wars analogy, the Mon Calamari.
Mon Calamari, yeah.
There's another fish species that they kind of share the planet with. On that planet. And they're kind of like intention.
There's a Star Wars race called Calamari. And
yes,
Mon
Calamari.
Yeah,
you know,
really
Mon
important.
Calamari.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah,
He's a Mon Calamari.
Yeah.
The ships that they use are almost exclusively Mon Calamari ships.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm glad we don't, at least so far, live in sort of an interspecies kind of context where there's sentient beings like Admiral Akbar, because I would eat that dude if he was cooked.
Deep fry it, a little sweet and sour sauce.
I cannot pass up the chance to eat those things. So.
I'm just glad that Johnny's a little more creative to name an octopus species not after its food form.
I didn't name it after its food form, but I did just name it after its
its
genus or
like
phylum.
its scientific form.
Cephalopods.
Yeah.
But it sounds cooler.
It does sound cool.
In my conversation with Justin, we did establish the lore of this race is that there's theories that octopus on Earth are not from Earth originally, and there's this like space progenitor sort of theory, and so I ran with that. And so this species is related to octopi on Earth.
Yeah,
Cool.
very cool, very cool. So Theodus Dervosa came to the Montressor. Theodus felt through the way, the sort of mystic flow throughout the entire universe that some of his friends, while Theodus doesn't work with the Dire Neck Gang, he has had dealings with them before. And so Theodus came to the Montressor and told Carlton Graves that they needed help. And a plan was formed. Rather than wait for the MEM to get to Isotropic Max Secure, they are going to try and sneak into the ship while it is traveling to Isotropic Max Secure. And without anyone knowing, bust the MEM out, get him onto the Montressor, take him back to MEM.
Yeah, I feel confident nothing's going to go wrong.
I am
We're
also
crazy in the head.
confident that nothing is going to go wrong. In fact, let's just skip to the end.
It'll
You
be
do it.
fine.
You're back on MEM. Everything's all good.
Hey, we did it. Thanks, Slice. See ya.
Yes, you went and got Slice, Gears' cousin, who you are hoping will help you be able to break into this giant prison freighter unseen. And last, I did not roll the engagement roll because the last few times I rolled the engagement roll, it always goes poorly for you. So Johnny rolled it last time, and you got a 5, which means you're in a risky position
Also
at the
means
start, which is...
Johnny's gonna roll it forever.
Well, I didn't promise that. I didn't
dang
promise
it.
that. I didn't promise that. I wanted to give you a little respite. We'll see. We'll see if maybe I'll let somebody else roll it. I'll make Danny roll it next time, or maybe I'll just roll
Solo.
You rolled a 5, which is about as good as it can go, right? You're in a risky position, and we said that the risky position is that you still have to. Your ship is derelict. You have to jump from your ship to the prison freighter as it is passing by. That seems pretty risky to me.
Yeah.
Now to clarify, if memory serves, we are pretending our ship is derelict, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
It is not actually derelict. You've sort of turned off all the life signs, all the lights, everything that if there was a scan, the prison freighter would be like, oh, it's just a derelict ship. You're just hoping they don't look out a window.
Mm-hmm.
Windows in actual sci-fi would be very unlikely.
Well,
also,
look,
spaces in space are like distances are really great, so looking out windows is actually pretty hard.
There can't be windows in space.
I mean, I'm not saying that there can't be. It's just that the science is not really supporting. Just throwing it out there. I'm just saying.
I think this is a little science fantasy, and I think it would be too easy if there was no possible way for them to see you. I'm not saying they have. That might be a consequence that comes up later.
Also, can I just point out, Isotropic Max Secure sounds like a great name for a heavy metal band.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good name.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good
for
name.
real.
100%.
Someone take that, please.
Well, I think they might have that trademarked.
Yeah, it's probably trademarked for the game.
Wouldn't be the first battle for a metal name.
So trademark doesn't work. That's not how trademark works.
All right,
We don't have to get into
wait,
the weeds
we don't
on
need to
that.
get
I'm
into
sorry,
yeah.
I'm not good at that.
It's substantively different. A band can have the same name.
There is nothing but space, literally, between you and this prison freighter. Where are you on the Montressor? What are you going to do to get from your ship to the prison freighter? Go. You just stand there and look at it, and it drives past, and you missed your opportunity.
No!
Here it goes.
Havic's piloting, and he's like, "Nah, what?
There's nothing to pilot. What are you talking about?
No, yeah, you're not piloting.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
It's dead.
ship's
It's
off.
just dead in water.
We are going to
Havoc
jump.
is sitting in the pilot seat, wishing he's piloting.
Yeah, no, okay. Gears drags you out of the pilot seat because we're going to be on the outside of the ship.
Didn't touch me there.
So, spacesuit. Don't get too excited now. Spacesuit, everybody. We're going to be in space.
Yep,
Yeah.
suited up.
We are heading. We're going to jump to the ship.
Jump.
We're going to jump.
Okay.
So we're going
I-
to jump So Gears is gonna do his best, and
Yeah.
Slice will double check the math of trying to figure out exactly how likely it is that they can get like a proper trajectory. And
sure.
To the best of our ability, we know what course they're on. So our drift, our derelict ship, quote unquote, will be drifting in the same direction to match speed as much as possible.
Yep, you've done the math. Yeah.
And so we're gonna try to, as long as we jump with a good enough amount of force, we're gonna be close enough to the ship.
I think this is the perfect time to introduce something we have not done before, a group action.
Makes sense.
I think it makes perfect sense. I'm just pulling up the rules right now because we haven't done it before, and I want to make sure we do it right.
Do it right.
Do it right.
Professionals.
All right, here we go. Each PC makes an action roll using the same action. So you all, as a group, need to decide what action roll you are going to use to get from your ship to the other ship. And again, it could be, you've even set it up, it could be another thing, a number of things. So I don't think you have to be like, we're just jumping. So it has to be scramble. Like you can set it up in any way you want.
What is everybody's scramble like?
I would say this. I would say don't weasel it. Don't metagame it. Try and get the most out of it.
Okay. Then in that case, I think we should use consort.
Well, I was thinking
for doctor.
Depending, you can use helm because, we could have like little adjusting thrusters, which wouldn't even really be thrusters. They'd probably just be like little air pressure canisters that would just so you don't have any like heat.
I mean, we've already established that Havoc's fine customized spacesuit has like propulsion and thrusters on it. That
For
you
sure.
can helm with.
I think we'd have to have something like that. So, regardless of if we use helm, we'd all have to.
I think helm or scramble makes the most sense. Like either one of those two. But
Okay.
I'm fine.
For the fiction, Justin, I'm just curious. Like I don't have within the muscle items like a loadout item that is like a grappling hook gun. But if we're still on the ship, like, is it plausible that we'd have anything like that for dealing with stuff on the exterior of the ship when we're in space?
I would say not a gun. Not like a grappling hook gun. You might have some rope.
Just good old rope.
Yeah.
Rope in space.
Hey.
Well,
Steve,
one of the standard items is
Steve,
spy gear. Who's to say that a grappling hook gun is not spy gear?
Steve, I'm checking off.
That feels a little too specific.
Thank you, Danny.
Yes. For anyone who didn't hear, I have grappling hook under pilot items. I'm checking it off.
Perfect.
For Carlton Graves.
Awesome. I'll carry it.
All right. So we are going with helm.
I think so. Yes.
Okay. So we know that Havoc has a spacesuit that can adjust and whatnot. What about the rest of you? Or is Havoc the one leading this, and you're all holding onto like a rope that he's?
I think we'd definitely be roped up just for the higher likelihood that one of us can grab on.
For sure.
But I think each of us would also have like essentially like a fire extinguisher.
Do you want our loadouts now before we do this?
I think we chose loadouts last time.
I don't remember.
I chose heavy.
I'd have to go back.
I chose.
I feel like I probably said normal.
Might have been a mistake.
You probably said normal.
That's fine. If you don't remember, I'm fine with you. Just
I think you and Danny did normal, and I did light, and Graves did heavy.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
Okay, so I'm just making sure because I want to make sure we're doing this. We need to mark off spacesuits if we're wearing spacesuits for part of our loadout here, right?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Yep.
Well done.
I marked off a fine customized spacesuit.
You did, and that customization is the thrusters as a part of your space.
And a nuke.
No, not a nuke.
Danny, feel free to say that you say no to this, but if Havoc would allow it, I think that that Theodus would squeeze into the suit with Havoc because
he doesn't have bones.
I love it.
He doesn't have bones. He can
Havoc. So Havoc, when Theodus asks that, Havoc goes, "Oh, yeah, Joe, it's fine." Yeah. While on the inside, he's like, "Yes, please. That sounds so cool." Oh,
Yeah. So like different pieces of it, like he like basically like an octopus would like just wraps his limbs like around yours and like so like you're almost like wearing a suit inside of your suit with Theodus
so
like
funny.
wrapped
I'm just
around.
picturing your face kind of sneaking up into his face zone and just being like, hey.
I literally am picturing like his like face tentacles like wrapped around just like around his eyes, so like he's not obscuring his view.
A little bit. All right. Okay. So you're roped up.
I love it.
Is Slice is coming with you. So Theodus still marked off that spacesuit so that Slice can get in. It sounds like you're saying Havoc is leading this role.
Wait, what happened with Slice and Theodus?
Well, if you guys are sharing a spacesuit, Slice still needs a spacesuit.
Right,
Slice-
and I'm intentionally
Slice
not.
doesn't
I was
have his own
intentionally
spacesuit?
sharing with Havoc, so I didn't have to.
You
Mark
did
the
not have
spacesuit.
to. Okay. How are you?
Well,
gonna get
'cause-
Slice over?
I mean, Slice can carry
Slice doesn't own a
his
spacesuit.
own spacesuit. I mean, even if it is like the one we had for
All
Nito.
right.
We live
Nito
in
isn't carrying
space,
it, like
man.
literally.
All right.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I forgot my thing that I need to breathe and survive.
My cousin just dies in vacuum space.
All
Oh,
right.
wow, that was a plot there.
You jump out. Dang it. All
I knew I
right.
forgot something.
So we're going helm. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a risky position. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make a small clock. Because I think one action is not going to be enough to represent you getting from one side of the ship, or from your ship to the other ship. I think it's
Okay.
going to take a moment.
Okay, that's fair.
You can see
Well,
there's-
it would
there's
kind
just
of
a
have
small
to,
block.
because we'd have to like overshoot it. So there's definitely
Yep.
like
Yeah. There's some time. It's not going to be a long clock, and you might get it in this one. But let's add a 4-segment clock called Space Journey. Spacewalk. We'll call it Spacewalk.
So everybody
I like that.
knows
Here is how this works. Havoc is leading this helm roll. It's a risky position. I'll say a standard effect. Each of you needs to roll helm. The highest die is the one that we will consider amongst all of you.
Oh.
So whoever gets the highest die is what we'll consider the success or the failure. However, each person who rolls a 1 to a 3 is going to cost 1 stress to Havoc.
Oh,
if
wow.
The highest die you roll as a person is 1 to 3. Havoc will get dealt distress.
Okay.
Okay?
So during group rolls, I feel like having more pips in something is worse because that's just a higher chance of rolling a 1 to 3.
Well, highest.
We're only going to take that highest. Yeah, the
it's
highest
not
is a
any
1 to
amount
3
of one.
Can we
stress.
still
Yeah.
push ourselves
No,
during a
yeah.
group roll?
That is a great question. It doesn't say, so I will say yes.
Okay, I'm gonna push myself so I just to get
Say
an
it.
extra dice.
I don't think I will.
What are we at for total then?
I have 3 pips in helm, so I don't think
I have 2 pips. I think I'm
I
okay.
I have
one,
0
so-
pips.
No. I use 0 pips.
Graves does not helm.
Do you want to use a gambit? I don't think we've ever
Yeah,
used
we
one this
thought of
early
that
before,
one,
but it'd
yeah.
probably be good to have our first roll be.
in
Well-
a group roll, if you have 0 pips, do you still roll 2 and take the lower result?
Yep,
You don't
correct.
count the higher one. I
Correct.
see.
Instead of your highest roll, it's going to be your lowest roll. It's just
Yeah, I would say at least use a gambit, Steve, if not a gambit and pushing yourself.
Okay.
yeah,
I'll do
got the
both.
Stress to spare. Oh,
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I have 0 stress now. So
There you go. All right. Give me those rolls. Tell me what the highest is.
I got a 6.
I got a
a 6 and
4.
Okay.
So between stress and gambit, I have
2 dice.
2 days.
2 dice
Take the higher.
Yep.
and take the higher instead of the default for the group roll, which would be 2 dice and take the lower, since I have no
Right.
pips.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, because you're using the stress and the gambit to replace the pips.
Correct.
2 total.
2 is your highest?
No, 3 is my highest.
Okay. All right. 3 is your highest.
Behold.
So
Danny.
that's 1 stress. I also rolled a 2 among my dice.
No,
That's
it's
no,
the
it's just the
highest
highest.
dice.
It's just the highest, so you're fine. What's your highest number, Danny?
She's 6. 6.
Okay, that's 2
Yeah.
6s. So that's a critical. So you do take the one stress. I think that's helpful. From yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you said for each 1 to 3, I take a
No,
stress,
no.
right?
For each 1 to 3, that is the highest that person rolled.
I
Correct.
see. Okay.
Correct.
Oh,
Yep.
that's a lot less
So
bad than I thought.
it's it is. It's risky for sure, but it's not like every time somebody rolls a 1 to 3, you're gonna take stress. That would be a
3
lot.
pips, and we all roll 3.
So the more pips you have, the more dice you're rolling, the better, because it's
Okay, yeah, dude. I've just been reading the trophy rules, so I'm just like, oh, worst case
Yeah, those are
scenario,
much more
that's
harsh.
Always how it's gonna be.
Yeah, well, we're in for something. It's Thursday.
I think I consider the pool of dice. So I'm gonna say that there's 2 6s. It's critical. I'm fine with saying that. It's increased effect. You did spend a gambit on this. So you're not going to get a gambit back. But it goes from standard effect to great effect, which is great because that means that instead of marking 2 off that clock, I'm going to mark 3 off that clock. Now, I would like to know what Havoc, you turn around and you see Carlton. What do you do to help Carlton? Like, Carlton is struggling in some way. How are you helping as the leader of this group action?
Shoot him or something.
Smart.
Havoc. You just see Graves kind of flailing a bit and unstable. I'm picturing us all still connected by a bit of cord, but also guiding each other through our kind of propulsion systems.
Yeah, Havoc looks at Graves and raises an eyebrow, and then he'll just straight up pull the rope attached to Grave to him and just grab him by the scruff of his hair.
The scruff of the spacesuit.
Just
The things we can only do in space.
I'm trying to ignore
now
physics
Havoc's-
because that would not work at all. But
It's fine. This is science fantasy.
This is science fantasy. We're
Well,
ignoring
if he
physics,
uses thrusters to
Johnny.
counter the automatic,
yeah, thrusters makes a difference. But Graves is way heavier, so he'd be pulling himself towards Grave instead of
It's
pulling
fine.
Graves towards him.
Weight doesn't exist in space.
well, they actually
I-
end up going towards each other, but it would
Yeah,
just.
All right, we're not scientists.
make
We don't need to
more.
discuss the physics.
I am a scientist.
We're here to have fun. Nick is. All right. You have marked 3 ticks off of the 4 clocks, off of the 4-segment clock. Give me another group helm roll. Let's see if you can get there. You will, but let's see if there's a complication this time.
Okay, I'm not going to push myself this time.
I am assuming Havoc is still leading this.
Yep. We're just continuing. I'm gonna take
what
a risk
happens
here.
if I roll double 6s?
Still critical.
Oh, I rolled double 6s.
So we all have to roll again, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just
I
gonna
rolled a
take
4.
the lower of 2,
Okay.
which is 3 again.
Okay.
So a little bit. It's okay. It's a little tiny bit.
With
It's
Theodus,
okay,
what did-
Graves just
what did
had to
Theodus
grunt.
roll?
4.
Okay. Havoc, I'm assuming you did not roll highest 1 to 3.
Highest is a 6.
Highest is a 6.
Hey.
Okay, so you're gonna take one more. You're gonna take one more stress from Carlton. It's kind of harder for you, right, to like maneuver everybody when
Mhm.
you're holding Carlton by the scruff of his space.
Carlton is serving stress.
He's also probably literally massive. Like, I mean,
He's pretty
like a
big.
metal eating ram race. He's big.
Yeah.
He's got to be dense.
Yeah.
Kind of
Just see him kind of out of his element. Just like, I'm not good at this.
I don't like space.
It's like
massive, man.
like when you're trying to like help someone in the water, like swimming, and they like start pulling you under because they don't know
Yeah.
how to swim.
For sure.
Kind of like that.
For sure. And so you're struggling a little bit to get everybody to the
That's
ship.
why I
But
just let people drown.
Yeah. I think it's safest for everyone involved to just let your friends drown.
but you did not spend a gambit that time, so go ahead and take a gambit back. And I will mark that last bit on the spacewalk clock. You have made it. You have landed on the prison freighter, unseen. What do you do next?
I mean, as soon as Carlton kind of hits the exterior of this transport ship, he does look like he's in his element. As far as like climbing and navigating stuff, it's just a lot more precise, controlled.
Yep.
And I just look for anything that we could kind of peel open on side of the ship, whether it's like a waste expulsion, like a vent for, exhaust, like anything.
Yeah, let's see. Do I think that's an action, or do we think that you just see something? I'm
just assuming a fair amount of climbing, so I was assuming scramble, but
scramble. Well, scramble wouldn't necessarily. Well, I mean, if you want to do scramble, you are looking for something around. Okay.
It's less about the looking because we know that these things are on all ships.
Yeah, for sure, and more about trying to find it. You're trying to find the thing.
Yeah, just find it effectively, which is a speed and climbing thing.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig that. You're saying scramble?
That's what I'm thinking it is.
Okay. All right. I think that is a risky position, and we'll say standard effect. How about that?
Okay. 5s.
Okay. Let's get this clock started in earnest. You are scrambling around up there, and you see like a hatch on the exterior that you could spin and open. You don't know though where it goes.
Yeah. Yep.
But as you're scrambling around too, you do pass by a window, and there is a moment where it looks like somebody sees you. So I am going to. You quickly like move past though, and they're like, "Oh, that was weird." I am going to mark 2 on the discovered on the freighter clock. It is
how many segments are on this clock?
It's an 8-segment clock.
Okay.
It's an 8-segment clock.
You hear on the comms, everybody. I found a hatch. Don't know what kind. Do I open it?
No. Well, we're gonna let Slice handle that one. And
all right, Slice.
On Slice's like heads-up display on his spacesuit, there's just like a readout of everything that we're saying.
For sure.
And I get a little confirmation beep from Slice.
Yeah. So he's gonna just hack in a little bit, cut it open with his tools.
Yeah, and I'll assist in any way that's necessary, or if you want me to do the role and get assist.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about how we want to do this, because NPCs don't technically roll; they're represented by your roles as well. You did bring Slice on with you, so perhaps he just cuts in. Let's.
I think the challenge here is less about the physically like obviously Slice can cut into a spaceship. He junks spaceships. The real difficulty is like doing it without immediately alarming the entire ship.
Yeah, so let's do that. Let's have you roll. What do you think you do to essentially lead this role?
Yeah, so I think he is literally like cutting into using rig to hack into the ship, not hack, physically cut into the ship, but I'm like hacking or like using my knowledge of like the security systems and while he's assisting to like try to like get around certain things, keep alarms from going off, that kind of stuff.
For sure. I like that a lot. I like rig. Go ahead and I'll say that he is assisting you in some way, so you can take an extra die for that.
Cool. All right, cool. Wait, am I rolling rig or hack? Because I was saying like he was kind of rolling rig and I was
hack. Sure, hack is fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Doesn't really matter because they both have 2 parts.
And it's a risky position, and we'll say standard effect. You can cut open this space and get into the ship.
I'm debating if I want to improve my position.
Sure, yeah.
Justin, I just realized that I am injured. And I totally forgot to deal with any of that.
It's a -1, right?
It says less effect.
Less effect. Okay. So this is limited effect.
Okay.
And you said you're helping to keep things quiet. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't want that effect to be limited. So I will push myself.
Okay.
To improve that. And then I'm gonna roll. My arm is still broken. I just didn't get to address that at all.
Yikes. Yep.
6.
Okay. So, but it's still 6. So, did you spend a gambit?
I did not. So
Okay. Add a gambit back, and you do it. So it's standard effect again, risky position. With Slice's help, you can quietly open up this hatch without making that loud noise of having to turn the wheel, and it just kind of silently pops open, and you see down into a hallway on this ship.
Yeah, so we've got like a little like laser shield that we put on top of it that's like keeping the atmosphere in, but allows us to get through the hole.
For sure. I'm not gonna make you be like, how do you keep it from? yeah.
I just wanted to explain it because it's
for sure.
Cool.
For sure.
Yeah, so we can physically pass through. So we like slowly, like as we get in, the artificial gravity takes hold of us and we drop down. You drop down into a hallway. There is a door to your left, a door to your right, and then the hallway just continues down. You hear sounds from the left and the right. It sounds like there is water running. Sorry, Danny, or Justin, I apologize. If I had used my fine hacking rig, how would that have affected the roll?
It would probably be great effect then, because you pushed yourself and let's see. Let's take a look at the faction of isotropic security. I will say it does not do anything in this case.
Okay. Well, I have them. I use them. I just want to.
Yep. Yeah, it allows you to still hack into things easier than other people. But I will say that because they are tier 3, it does not give you improved effect.
Totally fair. I just forgot that I even had that.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. Yours is like, should we left, right? Or... What do you guys want to do?
Havoc starts walking right.
As Havoc starts walking right, I'm gonna do a thing that I'll explain how I can do in a second. But Theodus, you guys, everyone who's behind Havoc sees Theodus kind of like phase through Havoc's suit and come out of it, like just out of it. The way I could do that is as a mystic, I get a precursor artifact just as a thing. So the precursor artifact I'm gonna have is the Cloak of Night, which allows me to walk through solid matter.
Oh,
that is so useful.
That's so useful.
For jailbreaks, absolutely.
That's very cool.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
The Cloak of Night. All right, that is very interesting.
Gears is just as geeked out as Nick is right now.
Yeah.
I'll read it real quick if you want, just so you know what it does.
Yeah.
So, the Cloak of Night, it allows you to walk through solid matter. The wearer has to hold their breath while phasing. Exhaling early can kill you. That you fade from reality, becoming ghostly as you use it. And it's like a rectangular black cloth that reflects no light.
All right. Yeah. You get a precursor artifact, and that is the artifact that you have chosen. Okay. Let's do this. Let's see how does that work? I'm just looking at the. I didn't even know. Johnny just sprung this on me. He's like, oh, I've got this cool artifact.
So it sounds like no roll required on your typical use.
I'm fine with rolling.
Conditions. No, requirements. Okay. The wearer has to hold their breath while phasing. Exhaling early can kill you.
You roll to hold your breath, Johnny.
Describe what the artifact does.
Should be difficult for this aquatic alien.
Well,
Sounds like a doctor. Sounds like a doctor roll to me.
So here's what I think it is. I'm not gonna make you roll right now. Because anyone can hold their breath for the mere seconds it would take for you to just phase out of the suit.
Yeah.
If you try and intend to use it for longer, I will make you roll.
Perfect.
Very cool.
And I'm assuming it's just a cloak that you're wearing. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Octopus
I'm
with a
kind of
cloak.
imagining
Nothing to
it
see here.
very Jedi coded in terms of the way like the cloak
I like it.
looks.
I like it a lot.
Like hooded and everything.
Yep, hooded. And yeah, like picture Anakin's black cloak just before he turned to the dark side, or as he was turning to the dark side.
Spoilers.
Oh my god, I hate you.
I've only watched the first 2 movies, episode 1 and 2.
Ew.
Wait, the first 2 are episode 1 and 2.
He's trolling. He's trolling.
Yeah.
I've
Boo
only
this
watched The
man.
Force Awakens. I've only watched this
Boo.
one. You did mark that off of your load, yes?
Yes, I did.
Cool. I also think, too, I would like to establish that you don't get to change the artifact each time.
Oh yeah, no, I figured
Okay.
it would be.
All right,
the
now
now
you have the Cloak of Night. You can
Yeah,
bring it
that'd
on
be
missions
insane.
or not.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
no, because it's a playbook feature that you get precursor artifact for being a mystic, so it wouldn't make sense that you get to change it every time.
Yes.
It's like I'm
It
a
is
mystic, so now I have all
So
these
now I'm
artifacts.
it is a mystic part. It's a mystic specific item in your loadout.
Yeah.
that you can have. Yeah.
Thanks for using your mystic voice, which is very close to your Steve Durgan impression.
Yeah, Steve sounds
Hey guys.
Okay, so Theodus phases out of the suit. What do you do now? You've got the hallway that continues down. You've got the door to the left and the right, and you can hear water running behind both of those doors. It sounds like on the left, it's not a ton of water, but the one on the right seems like there's like a lot of constant water going.
Well, yeah, Havoc said he chose right, so I would follow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree. I just didn't want to be in his suit anymore.
I understand.
Let me sneakily check the door.
Yeah, this sounds like potentially another group action, I think. If you, the 5 of you are intending to be quiet.
So
I
group
would argue
skulk?
for a helm because we're piloting our bodies.
That's fine if you want to do helm. That's going to be
I'm kidding,
a
I'm
desperate
kidding.
position and limited effect.
No, this feels like pretty clearly skulk, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
not even-
I think it's risky, and I think it's a standard effect.
I mean, I don't know if you want.
So that's fine.
Who wants to lead this?
Are you? Who's leading it?
Yeah, that's important.
Who's the skulkiest?
Probably me, actually. But
Yeah, I'm not skulky at all.
Sure. Yeah, I've got 2 pips in skulk and this cloak, so I'm pretty skulky.
That would be you then.
Skulky fella.
Lead us,
All
lead
right,
us.
so we're all rolling.
Lead us, lead us.
Lead us. Do you guys ever watch Xenon Girl of the 21st Century? That
Yes.
DCOM?
Yes! So
Way back.
fun story. My 3rd grade teacher's daughter is in that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's the mean girl.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
I met her. She came to our school a bunch, and we all like took pictures with her.
Was she really mean?
No, she's so nice. She's so nice.
It's weird. It's like they were acting or
I
something.
feel like only the nicest people can play
mean people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know about that.
Oh, but that's fine.
No, that's a proven scientific fact.
Sometimes
All right, I'm rolling.
they're just not acting.
Yeah. Sometimes that's why the performance is so good, because it's not. Oh, wait, we all roll though, right?
Yeah, we
Everybody rolls skull. Yes. Yep.
I got 2 6s.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
very nice because I only got a 5.
I got a 5 and a 4, but I have to take the lower, so it's 4.
Okay.
You know
that's
what I've
still not-
noticed? This thing is happening to me that I roll so well so often that 5s are starting to feel like a failure. Even though
You jerk.
You sounded so disappointed with that 5. I'm like, it's a 5.
I know.
Man.
I
Take it.
realized as I said that I was like, "That's a good roll."
So Justin, to be clear, if I have 1 point or 1 pip in
Just use
One
roll
die.
skull.
One die.
Unless you
Whatever
push
it is.
yourself or spend a gambit.
Okay, cool.
Or accept
one
a
die,
devil's
you
bargain.
take that number.
Alrighty, we got a 4.
Okay, so no
Look at
stress.
that, no stress.
Look at that. Look at us. Look at us here. When you
The way
open this,
favors me.
when you open this door, you find that it is it's a washroom. There's a steamy shower going on, and you can hear the sound of a bunch of isotropic mechs secure guards that are in the middle of their break in cleaning themselves.
Am I able to get a quick count?
Yes. There are. Let's do this. Let's just roll a fortune die.
While rolling that real quick, since I rolled 2 6s on that skull, do we get a gambit?
Yeah, you did not spend one, so yeah.
Nice. How many gambit do we have right now?
3 now? 4? 3 or 4, I think.
Wait, who's been keeping track of our gambit?
We're at 3. We're at 3. You used one.
Or 3?
Okay, cool.
Thought it was 3. There are 3. We'll say 3 guards. Yeah.
Can I see them?
Yes, you can, and they have not seen you. They're sort of standing behind one of those like pane glasses, so you can see their silhouettes. Yeah, exactly. You see their silhouettes. They're kind of talking to each other, but they do not see you.
Are there like dirty uniforms like visible like without? Could I grab their uniforms? Without
I like that.
Like that a lot. I think it will require another roll, but I think their uniforms are here for sure.
Cool.
What role do you think?
I mean, I feel like this is still skulk. It feels still pretty skulky. I'm gonna use one of the gambits if you guys are cool with it. I just want to make sure. I want to.
Yeah, get those outfits.
Yeah, I want to try and increase success chances.
Oh, I should have told you. Risky position. You're good. Risky position and standard effect. You'll grab.
Okay, perfect. I got a 6. So
great. You did spend a gambit, so you don't get
spend
another one.
Yep.
yeah.
But
the
yeah,
6 was on the dice that I added. So
you grab 3 uniforms.
Amazing.
You grab 3 uniforms.
I
when
get
we
out of there quickly.
close the door, can I just like jam it, like inconspicuously? Like it's not like I clearly slice the door, but like I break the closing mechanism.
For sure. What action do you think you're going to use to do that?
Rig 100%.
Rig 100%. I think with trying to make it subtle and not noticeable, I think that is a desperate position.
Dang.
And I will say that it is a standard effect though. You'll do it, but it's a desperate position.
How bad is this going to be for me? Desperate position. Whatever. I will.
Yes.
Ooh. Is this a situation where my fine hacking rig will be helpful, or slice?
It will not. No. So your fine hacking tools are not going to have pretty much any effect because Isotropic Max Secure is a tier 3 faction.
Dang. Okay.
That is going to help you when you go up against tier 1 factions or potentially tier 2 factions, depending on what we're doing.
All right.
Are we in over our heads here?
Slightly. Yeah. We always are. It's kind of how it goes.
I'm
6.
just not sure how we're getting back.
We'll figure that out. Maybe
Never
it's a flashback.
established that.
You don't have to. Again, we don't have to do the whole like you have to plan every moment of this heist out. You're professionals. You've planned it out.
You don't
That's
need
what the
to establish
flashbacks are for.
I'm trusting.
Yeah,
I'm trusting the
flashbacks.
fiction.
6.
Okay,
Ooh,
great.
wow.
Yes, Nick.
Nice.
Man,
So
we've
you
been
do
doing
it.
so well so far. I'm just ready for the other shoe to drop. I'm not
Yep.
ready for it, but I'm waiting for it.
Oh, I know. I
know it's
am as
coming.
well. I mean, here's the thing. I don't mind too that you guys are succeeding because you guys are pushing yourself. You're spending gambits. You guys are using up your resources to do these things. That
There's
is
a
gonna make
long-term
things-
cost.
right?
Yep.
That makes things harder in 2 or 3 jobs. So I'm fine if you guys
In
crush
essence,
this.
Justin's saying, as long as in the long game, it's harder for us. It's fine.
Oh,
That's right.
1,000%. Yeah, 1,000%.
Exactly what I'm saying, yes.
That's definitely what I'm saying. You do it. Tell me like how do you do it? How do you
Yeah,
subtly
so just
jam
like
the story?
because it's like I went with rig. I don't know why I asked about the hacking tools. I just like sort of shimmy the panel, like the door panel,
Sure.
from the outside, and just kind of bend it open, and then just inside I just short the control like module for
sure
the driver. So like the door still works technically.
Yeah.
But the panel's not going to. And then I close it again, and
there we go. Okay, so there's an internal wire that is broken.
And I get an insight experience for doing that because there's desperate.
It is desperate, yeah.
Nice.
But for now, you guys have 3 guard uniforms and are, as of yet, completely unseen and undiscovered. There's the hallway that you can continue down, or you could go to the left and see what's in that one. There's more water running on that side too.
Okay, so
before we move, I think it might be wise for us to get our 3 humans into these guard uniforms.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I think maybe the next step, just in case, would be to see if we can get maybe prisoner garb for Graves and I.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
I like that.
Probably not going to find that.
Just to be clear, is that your in-character voice, Johnny? Just want to make sure.
No, I said it in my voice instead of my in-character voice, but
okay.
I realized that it was probably something Theodus was saying as I was going, and I was like,
yeah, just making
it's too
sure.
late now. Started talking as me. Can't switch to Theodus.
And Johnny appears in front of our characters and says, "Hey, we should grab prisoner." No. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Graves nods in agreement.
Let's head down to the holds.
yes.
I'm always a prisoner.
It is at this point when this isn't a dungeon crawl. I don't have like a layout of the ship for you to go through room by room. Where are you headed? What is your plan? Where are you trying to get to next?
Sounds like you want to.
It's not like I don't think we
prisoners.
have access to like the plans of the ship, but like fundamentally,
Yeah.
I think fundamentally we'd understand that like I mean, I don't know. It's probably not that secret as to how it's laid out. There's going to be cells like towards the center of the ship because that's essentially down from every outside angle, so you can't just cut someone out from the side.
Here's what I think. I think you can either try and find those schematics here on the ship. That's an option. It's also a flashback. You could do a flashback and have somehow gotten these plans beforehand.
I'll do a flashback.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
I think so. It's like one of those early 2000s hacker sessions, like montages, but it's slicing gears, just like hacking into secure. What was this company called?
That can't decide.
Isotropic Max Secure.
Yeah, 100%. The song is very important. You're just not sure what's going on with it.
Yeah.
Probably royalty free.
I would like. I think this is a 1 stress flashback, and I would like a hack roll. I think it is. I think it is risky, and I think it is a standard effect. You will get the schematics of the ship.
I'm gonna actually specifically the music from those old anti-piracy.
I was just thinking the same song was in my head. Oh my gosh.
Dude, we're on it.
Scary same page. I love it.
You're on the same page. Yeah, that you wouldn't download a car. You wouldn't download a spaceship, would you? Actually, I would. I would 100% do that.
If I had that option, I would do it.
100%.
You wouldn't steal a house.
I might.
There's a
I
comment.
I mean, I got a 5.
Okay. I know. Here is what it is. I'm gonna mark 2 more ticks on the discovered on ship clock, because while you grabbed these things, you ran up against some opposing hacking and security on that end. So while you were able to grab these schematics, Isotropic Max Secure is on a little bit higher alert,
because
knowing that somebody took these schematics.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could roll to resist that.
You could roll to resist that if you would like to.
Would I roll with my insight?
I think that insight is probably where we're gonna go with. Let me just pull it up. Yeah, definitely insight.
And again, resist is it's 6 stress minus whatever you end up the highest roll.
Correct. Yep, correct.
Okay. So and sorry, just also
Sounds like a lot of die. How many die are you rolling?
it's 3. It's just each.
Dang, you've got 1 pip and 3 of the 4.
Yeah, and hack, rig, and set.
Nice.
I actually have 2 pips
Nice.
in all 3.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's just the.
I know, it's just the first one. Oh, okay. I rolled 2
6.
6s. I don't think it matters.
Great.
But I really
No, it
needed it to
doesn't.
be a 6. So
Yeah, that's great. So you take no stress, and those ticks on that clock will not be there. How do you resist this? What do you do?
So I think he starts to see like the security, the IT, whatever of secure. Sorry, I keep forgetting its name. It's
Isotropic max security.
Isotropic max security. They he realizes that they're gonna start knowing like what's going on, and instead steals like a bunch more information. Like
okay.
like not things that we can necessarily use or even valuable, but just a
Random
just
stuff.
steals a,
Yep.
like so they know they had a security breach, but they're not
sure.
they're like I don't know what's
For sure. Maybe some schematics to other ships or schematics to other prisons, and so they're like, we're
like
Steals important identity info for countless guards.
Yep. Just another day and
All right. I love it. I love it a lot. So yeah, you've got the schematics to this ship. You know where the command center is. You know that a little bit further in and down, there's like a row of cells. You know that it's very much just because I think it's more fun. It's like in oh my god, why am I blanking on episode 4's name?
New Hope.
It's like in A New Hope where there's that like guard station right before the line of cells.
Oh man.
Yeah. Real quick before we keep going, because he critted on the resistance roll, doesn't Nick get to clear stress? Is that?
Yeah. Yep. You get to
Is
roll
that-
1 stress if
Nice.
you crit on a resist roll.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah, I realized I put that in there in our chat, but I guess it.
Oh, you did.
I like that.
Yeah, I should probably just let Nick
Yeah,
know. 'Cause
it's in the rules.
it's pretty important.
That is
Yeah,
important.
it's really important because I'm really guys, I had to fix the ship so we could even fly it. All right. I had no time for
you
anything
had
else.
no time for your injuries.
Injuries,
So, yeah.
stress, nothing. My arm is
Oh,
just
have we been
broken.
taking into account less effect?
Oh no, we have not.
Well, what level injury is it?
It's a level 1.
It's level 1
right?
injury, so it's less.
Ah,
effect.
okay.
But it's only 1, right?
Yes.
So I thought you had to have both boxes at the level to get the.
Oh no, I have both. My arm is broken,
Oh, okay.
and apparently I'm exhausted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, get unexhausted.
Oh,
Gears.
less effect then.
Get some rest.
So
Gears.
Take a nap.
I-
I'll carry you.
you would have what you rolled a 6. You said does it matter?
I rolled a critical 6. Well, and that was on my.
Well, that's on the resist roll.
That was on the
There's this
resist.
roll. On the hack roll. You just
On the
rolled
hack roll, it was a
regular.
5.
I rolled a
It was a 5.
5. Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't really matter because you're resisting the effect anyway. Here's what I'll say then. Here's how it comes up. Scratch what I said. You know where the prison like line of cells is. That is about all you had time to grab before
Okay.
you got booted out of the system.
Sounds good.
How many cells, Gears?
Like 200. So just a few to check. That's all.
Do we have any idea where the laundry is?
Let me check.
Yeah, I will give that
Because
to
it's
you.
not
Yeah, I
important
like
at
that.
all. We know where it is. It's
For sure. Yeah.
it's at the back of the ship.
So let's go there and get prisoner jumpsuits for Carlton and myself before we check the cells.
Sounds good.
I love it. I'm gonna need another group action to get there stealthily. I'm assuming you want it to be stealthily.
Yeah.
That would be ideal.
If our officer uniforms help here, that'd be great.
If you're in them, well, because you're doing it stealthily, not necessarily. Maybe if you come into some complication in an interaction, they'll help you in those future interactions. But I don't think they specifically help you be quieter.
That's right.
Yeah. Do we want to do skulk again? I'm comfortable leading another skulk roll if we want to do skulk again.
Sure.
Lead the way.
Lead the way. Lead us.
Everybody roll skulk.
Right, my high one was a 5 again.
Sadly, one.
I should have said risky position, and we'll say standard effect. You get to the laundry room.
You got a 1, Steve?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so 1 stress.
I got 2 6s again though.
Oh my gosh. Okay, great. Look at that.
Which is
What about you, Nick?
I forgot to roll.
Thinking too hard over there.
Oh yeah. So I have to take I'm rolling skulk. I have to take the lower of the two. They're both 1 though. So
Okay. So another stress.
yeah. Sorry.
It's fine.
But a critical is the highest. So take the extra gambit, and there's like a couple moments where both Carlton and Gears are about to like turn a corner and run into someone, and Theodus, you like reach your arm out and pull him back and prevent them, but you make it to the laundry room unseen. You can hear there's like a couple voices. It sounds like they're doing laundry back there behind the door.
Yeah. Most likely prisoners if they're doing laundry, right?
Might potentially be prisoners, yeah.
Okay. I am gonna phase through the door.
I love it. Okay. I do think I want to roll for this.
Okay.
A 2?
All right.
if he breathes, he dies. This is crazy.
This is for like holding my breath and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. Yeah, and it could be. I think it could be a tune, right?
Yeah, I think a tune would make some sense. I was thinking either a tune or scramble. Either
Because you're like holding your breath. It's like a physical.
So
yeah, exactly.
So I think here's how it works. These are the conditions. If you do not meet the requirement, the artifact simply won't function regardless of attune rolls or other. The artifact side effects, though, you do need to attune to resist if there is a glitch.
Mm-hmm.
I think is how it works.
So I'm gonna
read
use
more
a tune.
into it.
I'm gonna use a tune to try and do it. If there's a glitch, I need to roll a tune to resist the glitch. Is that mentioned?
Here's how I'm reading it. I need a roll right now to represent you holding your breath and scoping out this room.
Okay.
The way I'm reading it is that if you choose a tune, we can avoid the glitches. If you want to go with something else, there might be that glitch that shows up depending on what you roll.
Okay, I'll roll.
That's how I'm reading it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna read more into it.
Sure. Sure. Double sixes though. So
Yo, Johnny.
I think I'm
okay. I would say it was risky and it was standard. You'll obviously get it and can scope it out.
Chinese here like double sixes, so an average roll.
It's an average roll. I guess add another gambit if you didn't spend one, which I don't think you did. I think you guys are what, 5-6 gambits now?
Well, we've gained that many, yes, but we are at 3.
We should be at 4 now. No,
we should be at 4. Yeah.
Did I miss one? Oh, I'm sorry.
We haven't spent one since the last time.
Yeah,
I spent. I think you might have. You were focused on something. I think when Danny got one.
Oh, okay.
On one of the last couple of rolls. Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, I think if I can, I go in and I continue holding my breath so that I stay appearing like an apparition for a moment as I scope out what's going on in the room.
Yeah, you do. You see that there are 2 prisoners who are currently throwing laundry into some washing machines. We'll say one. We'll say they're both human. They're both human. They're wearing orange jumpsuits. One's got like a shaved head with a bunch of tattoos on it, and the other one has like really close cropped hair, very big and muscular.
I am guessing, based on the fact that they are here doing laundry and there's no apparent guard here, that these prisoners are trusted.
Ooh, did I say there's no guard here? There's a guard here.
There's a guard here?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to kill the guard.
Whoa.
Yes, Theodus.
As
Let's go.
I become material again, I'm going to pull out my fine sword. I have an ancient, always razor sharp sword.
Yeah.
That I am gonna draw into him as I'm becoming material.
Yep. I love it. I need an action roll. What are you thinking?
Yeah, this was probably scrap.
I think scrap makes sense. I will say that this is a risky position and a standard effect.
Okay, I'm going to push myself and use a gambit here.
Okay.
Double sixes again.
Holy
Look
moly.
at
Yeah.
Johnny.
You dematerialize and shove this sword into this guard, and there's just a brief as he crumples down onto the ground. And the two prisoners turn around. They're like, "Hey, what? Who are you?"
I flick the blood off of the sword and put it back in the sheath and just say, "I need 2 of your jumpsuits."
I would like another action roll, please.
Okay. I guess we're kind of establishing how this works. I'm going to use a tune, and I'm going to, as I say it, I do this thing with the way that sort of is meant to kind of calm the emotions in the room.
I love it. I love it a lot. I think that makes a lot
really
of sense.
Good. It feels good.
I think that's a risky position, and I think it's a standard effect.
The octopi.
1-6.
Okay, just 1-6. Crazy.
Dude,
add
you're
a-
humble.
I think you're getting worse. Dude.
add another gambit. And you can see, Theodus, that there's this moment where they start to move towards an alarm, and then they sort of lethargically slow down. They're like, oh, jumpsuits, prisoner jumpsuits. We can get that for you for sure. Here, these 2 are dry.
Thank you. And I pick them up, and then I'm gonna go immaterial again and just phase back through the door.
I'm not gonna make you roll for that.
Real quick,
Just
Justin.
because it's cool.
Yes.
Is it at all possible, is it within the mechanics of this system that we're playing, to move clear ticks on clocks? To do things with
Absolutely.
clear ticks on clocks?
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't know if this would require a flashback, but at some point during this, Havoc breaks off from the group to try to find the room where that has all the footage of the security cameras.
Oh, okay. Sure, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think I need an action to get there.
Yeah. No, I figured that.
But yeah. Yeah.
Heck yeah. And he doesn't tell anyone this. I'm playing into my reckless drama.
Oh, okay. Give me what action do you think will get you there?
Skulk would make the most sense.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think it's risky, and yeah, we'll say standard effect. You find the place. Might be heavily guarded since it's the security station, but okay.
Only 1-6.
Okay, so you do get there. Add a gambit, I guess, since you didn't spend one.
No, only 1-6. Right?
On a risky, you still add a gambit.
Oh,
Yep. You still add a gambit. Danny, we've been playing for a couple months now.
All right.
You find it. You find a room that is currently guarded by about 6 or 7 isotropic max secure guards.
I'm in guard uniform.
You are in a guard uniform.
I
Yes,
just
you are.
walk in.
Sorry, this isn't your shift. What are you doing here?
Do you know it's not my shift? Are you looking at the shift schedule right now?
I know the shift schedule because this is the security room. And I've never seen you before.
Unlucky for you, it was just changed. So hop off my please.
I would like an action roll, please.
All right. This seems like a sway.
Okay. I think that this is a risky position, and I think it is a limited effect. Your effect is diminished because they are a tier 3 faction.
Yes, they are. All right, I'm going to push myself.
Okay.
So
To
I'm
add a
rolling
die?
one dice.
Add a die?
Yes, to add a die. Yes, sorry.
Okay.
So I'm just rolling one die.
Oh, okay.
But it's a 6.
Wow,
So
y'all.
we're fine. We're fine, guys.
Y'all.
We're fine.
All right, add a
Oh
can.
my god.
Add a
Like
can.
we're
I
about
don't
to
think
lose
that's what we
Havoc.
are. Just to be clear, I don't think.
Yeah.
But
This
whatever.
is not the definition of fine.
They're like, all right, okay, look, fine. Get on in there. You step out of your way and you walk in through the door. You see like a single guard sitting there. He's just looking at the security camera. He turns out this. Oi, still my shift. What are you doing here?
I literally just told him. Shift just got changed. All right. So calm down, please, and leave. Let me, I'm stressed. I haven't had my coffee. I don't know. Just leave. Get out.
I think it's another action.
Okay.
I think it's the same thing. I think it's risky, and I think it's a limited effect.
Okay. I'm not gonna push myself this time. I'm rolling
Okay.
2 dice, and I'm taking the lower result.
Okay.
Hey. Okay.
Better roll
all
2
right.
6s, Danny.
I rolled a 6
Okay.
and a 5.
Okay. All right. Okay. So 5.
I'm just waiting for this to just.
You could
You know-
could stop.
you know what I'm
You
saying?
could stop pushing the
No.
envelope.
I'm never stopping.
Please, Danny's my favorite player in these games because he just loves to introduce paths for complications.
The
and
rest of
makes
us, thank you for saying that to
it
us.
so much more interesting. Hey, look, you guys are great too.
We're here.
That is
fine.
my favorite thing about Danny as a player. I have favorite things about each of you. That is my favorite thing about Danny, is that he loves
His-
to
so
just
his
let
favorite thing about
complications
Thanks, Dad.
happen.
His
it's a
favorite thing
harder-
about you is that you're his favorite player.
No. Is my favorite player because of these things. You all have other reasons that you're my favorite player because of the things. I don't need to explain
Yeah.
myself to about 4 of you.
You always kind of know in the back of your mind that you're not the favorite child, but it's never great to hear it. You know, like when you're
No,
not.
I've turned into my dad.
No.
no!
The inevitable cycle is complete.
I'll have to say why each of you are my favorite in another time. There is a consequence. This guard stands up and looks at you straight in the eyes. He's like, I know where you get off. The shift hasn't changed. That's not how the security things work. Sorry. If you want to stand here, that's fine. Until your shift starts. I'm here. though. I'm not getting in
wouldn't-
trouble because I left my post.
You know what? I was gonna resist the consequence, but I think it's fine. Havoc will just say, "All right, you're a big scary man, so I'm just gonna stand here." That's fine.
Okay. Sits back down and starts looking at the security cameras.
All right. As sneakily as possible,
Okay.
Havoc will pull out his hacking tools of the not fine sort,
Okay.
and he will, as sneakily as possible, try to hack into the security camera footage to put it all on a loop,
All right.
so that any new footage of the team walking through won't show up.
you're gonna have to do some things because this is a desperate position. That is a complication from the 5, and it is no effect. So unless you can find some way to bump up that effect,
If it will it change things if we do a flashback?
it might.
I don't know if this is possible because of the way that things went with the other role. So maybe we can't do this. But what if we went back and when Gears was hacking into the system, Theodus was standing there and was like, pull down an hour of video from each of the cameras while you're in.
So you would have So
we
would
had,
have
and then
that. You just need to
we could set up a loop.
And
so
you just need to
he's
upload
basically,
it.
Yeah, uploading a
the
loop
video.
that's already made.
Does Gears acquiesce to this? Because Gears will be the one taking the stress for this.
Sure.
And we'll need to make the roll.
Okay.
I was gonna say, imagine Nick says no.
No, I don't want to do that.
No, suffer. Consequences.
I think that I still want to roll for this, depending on how this goes. I think it will bump that effect up to limited. Because you're just uploading. You don't need to loop the video.
All right. I'll be rolling hack.
I believe so. I think it's a risky position. We'll say standard effect. You get the.
I'm doing a flashback though, so it's a stress.
Yes, but I still need a roll. I think it's a 1 stress flashback.
Okay. So hacking it up. How many gambits do we have now?
I lost track.
Okay, I'm gonna use a gambit. So we got 3.
It seemed right, but all right.
I think we have 5.
Yeah, I think we have
actually.
more. I think we had 5.
No, you guys are using them, and I'm keeping track of what
No,
you're using.
so each of the times Danny and I have rolled 6s recently, we haven't used a gambit. So we've gotten gambits when you think we're using.
Yeah, I haven't been calling it out every time that a gambit is gained,
Okay.
but I can start doing
All
it.
right, now I got- all right. Well,
Justin's
now we have
just
4
sitting there on
gambits.
his throne, not giving us gambit.
Oh, jeez. I need another dice. There you go. Okay. 6.
Ooh.
Okay, but you did spend a gambit, so you don't get one back, but you do it. So you download an hour of footage and hand it off to Havoc. And this is great because then it means that Havoc it's not completely that you were like, hey, I'm just leaving. This is planned. You plan this. It's still very, I would even say it's super reckless to go off on your own to upload this video. So
Yeah, we didn't plan for him to leave and do this alone, but we planned
yeah.
the general idea.
I mean,
Yes.
I
Suboptimal.
guarantee none of you were like, "Oh, Havoc can hack into this.
Yes.
He can
Yes.
do this."
Yep.
Not the plan at all.
Yep.
Because I'm about to roll hack, but at least it's not no effect anymore, right?
It is limited effect. It's a desperate position
Okay.
and limited effect because this guard is still a little wary of you.
You're gonna get an insight pip or experience.
Nice.
You will.
Nice. Yes.
You
Oh,
could
wait a minute.
push yourself for more effect.
You could take a devil's bargain.
I rolled when I was talking to the guard. That was a desperate action, right?
That was desperate action. Yes.
Okay. I forgot to mark a resolve.
No, that was a
That was risky.
yeah.
That was,
That was
risky.
It was risky. This is the
That's
first
why we got
desperate
a gambit.
action.
That's
Yep.
why we.
And now
Oh, I
you
see,
have
I see.
now you have a desperate position because of the complication from your risky roll.
Okay. Yeah, I'm rolling a desperate hack. My hack has 0 pips, so I'd be rolling 2 dice, take the lower result.
Love it.
Is it okay with y'all if I spend a gambit?
Please
Yes,
do.
but also, can you push yourself for more effect?
Good.
Yes,
should.
I will do that.
Ooh,
as
that's a good
well.
idea too.
That puts me at 8 stress.
Is that the
No, he gets
how much?
1 more.
9?
Yeah,
9.
nine
Okay.
is the
One
crack.
more.
All right. Great. Love it.
So I'm rolling 1 die.
Yeah, you are.
Mm.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, I am.
Hey, you get experience either way. We're going to jail.
Yes, I
We're
get
going to go to jail. This is inevitable.
Last week with my new character.
Last
I'm
week
not
with all
going
of
back
ours.
to jail.
Jesus. Ooh. The thread still holds, gentlemen. I only rolled 1 dice, so I can't roll 2 6s, but I got 1 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
I have 3 dice, and I've just been switching them each time, and I'm just gonna keep doing that.
Wild. So that was a
Dude, you revealed the
desperate
magic
position,
that's gone.
and it was limited. You pushed yourself to make it standard, and so you do it. You loop this video of just blank hallways throughout this ship for the next day.
My eyebrows are sweating. This has never happened.
This is man, this is close.
I guess never mind. Well, I was gonna say it's an hour of looping, but that doesn't necessarily mean it would only go for an hour.
For
or
sure.
technically go until they catch it.
For sure. Sorry. Yeah. I'm with you. You loop an hour of footage.
There's at least an hour of them not having any chance to catch it.
I just imagine like a flash drive that Gears handed out to everyone, just so like if we found, an access point, we could just essentially a flash drive, right? And whatever future access point it is. And there's just this like moment.
Piggyback footage on a virus.
There's this moment where Havoc is like, "Oh, it's not going in. I gotta flip it over," and then it still doesn't go in.
It still doesn't go in. So you flip it back over.
Yeah, still haven't figured it out.
USB is eternal. I would like to know. So you do this. What do you do? Like, how do you gracefully exit this room?
Havoc stands up and goes, I'm not really appreciating the way you've all treated me. I'm just trying to do my job. So, bugger off. And he'll leave.
And he just grumbles and turns back to the cameras to watch them.
At some point throughout this ordeal, I was going to try to argue for exceed specs. That's my ability that Nick hates, because it says while on board a ship, you may damage a ship's system. That gain affect your dice. And I was like, we're on a ship.
Is it really just on a ship?
Yeah, but it says you can damage a ship system you have access to.
Yeah, you don't have access to that.
So,
yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah.
Not until we
rest of us.
steal this
Yes.
shit.
Let's cut back to the three of you in Slice.
You wouldn't steal a ship.
Yeah, so I give Graves the larger of the 2 uniform thing for the jumpsuits. I start putting the other one on. I situate the things that I'm carrying inside of the. I kind of use the malleability of make it look like my items are just another normal part of my body.
For sure.
But
for sure.
I because the way it's gonna look, saying it out loud so that so the audience knows, I'm taking off the cloak, so I don't have that.
Okay.
Until later. I'm not
Okay.
wearing it anymore.
Okay. Until you put it back on specifically. I love that.
Right.
Graves puts on his outfit, but he's got heavy loadout, so he's conspicuous regardless.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to be inconspicuous with how much you're carrying. But as you're doing that, Havoc comes into the room. It comes into the hallway with you.
What? Did you leave?
Yep.
What were you doing?
The security footage is on a loop. It is handled.
Well, that's
Havoc,
positive.
Yes, Graves.
What?
you are useful. And he puts a hand on your shoulder.
I don't know that we should. I was gonna. All right.
I really needed to hear that, Graves.
Graves turns to Theodus. Any problems with the folks in there?
I did have to kill one guard, but the prisoners who were inside are unharmed and should be calmly going about their work.
Will they say anything about seeing you?
It's possible, but I don't know how many guards would believe that a ghost came in, killed a guard, took 2 jumpsuits, and left.
Yeah.
Graves goes to open the door to the laundry room.
No.
Theodus
Pop
grabs
us.
your arm.
Yeah, you gonna stop me?
Yeah,
Yeah, why are you
everything
going in
will
there?
be
Graves?
fine. There's no attachment to us.
Yeah,
Do not.
They could be useful.
No, they will not. be.
That's later.
Fine.
Graves, we'll use the prisoners later. Don't worry. It's part
Fine.
of it's a little spoiler. It's part of the plan.
Let's move.
It's all part of the plan.
Okay. Do I look like a man?
Tell you about my
father. Everybody loses their mind.
You make your way to the station where the guards are guarding and overlooking right before the royal cells. I'm not going to make you roll skulk this time because you can just walk very freely pretending to be guards and prisoners.
Wookie prisoner. Let's go.
We're literally doing the Wookie prisoner.
We're literally doing as close to the same situation as possible. We only do not have droids. That's the only switch.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Well, don't you have an bot?
You do have an bot.
Spoke too
A little
soon.
tiny
I just
mosquito
checked off-
bot.
Yeah, I also just checked off my fine small bot because it's italicized, so it doesn't take a space.
Oh, you have one too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
mine's, just to be clear, mine is not an
It's
Urbot.
so
It is a
powerful.
drone that I have built myself.
It's just a drone,
Mm.
yeah. You have an Urbot.
I have a fine small bot.
What is that? You marked it off?
Yep, just marked it off.
For any reason or just for funsives?
Well, because it's
No, just
one of the
because,
italicized items that you
just
get
'cause-
automatically.
Yeah. Also,
And
Nick
now it's
said we
more
don't
like
have
the
a
Wookie
drone.
prisoner trick.
Yeah, Nick said, but we don't have a drone, so I just wanted to mark it off.
So now you have a drone.
Yeah, I
And
just
make
turn
it
around. You just got
exactly
like a little robot with you. What? Why do you have that? Why'd you bring? All right,
because
whatever.
it's cool.
No,
Yes.
no, I don't want to hear it. Okay. Everybody,
All right,
let's
wonderful.
move on.
And it's literally just a tiny robotic model of Havoc. Just floating.
Somehow the had an ancient artifact that looked exactly like Havoc.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
the more fun thing is that it like can change its shape, but now it's just a tiny.
I was gonna say either that or like it is just like your like more sleek metal like Urbot, but Havoc is just painted his face onto it.
That's better.
That, yeah.
Oh man.
You do get into the room. You see like the guard station, and there are probably about a half a dozen guards altogether standing here. And one goes, "We weren't expecting a transfer."
Yep, we had. Yeah, this was a
Your
kind of
pause
strange.
is concerning.
There was no pause. I don't know what you're talking about. I've planned this whole speech out.
Large pause.
Yeah. So we don't really know what to do with these guys. So we think they were stowaways, or maybe something went wrong.
When I think Theodus like interrupts, and I think like he kicks the back of Gears' knee to like make him stumble down, and then yells, "When we free Mem, you will die."
Oh, okay. We're
Hoping
just
that
going
they
for it.
think, okay, these guys belong with the Memish, like they're
Sure.
they're
For
Memish.
sure, for sure,
okay.
There you go.
All right. I
Graves
forgot.
just growls at the guards. Just tries to look as menacing as possible.
Son of a.
Like,
And I just full on swing at Theodus. Just hit him in the head.
Okay. I think I need an action from Gears to sell this. And I think that it sounds like an assist from, I would say at least Theodus for sure.
So that's a sway.
Yeah, I think sway to sell the ruse.
Bluffing. Yeah, that's the last.
Yeah,
It's convince someone with charm, logic, deception, disguise, or bluff.
yeah, I love it. I
Yeah,
think
sure.
it's a risky position, and I think it'll be a standard effect. They'll let you put them in the cells. I do think that if you want that extra die from the assist, Theodus would need to mark it as stress. But
Yeah, do you need that extra die? Because I'd rather not mark the stress if you don't, but I will if you do need it.
Okay. I can just get a gambit because I only have one die.
Okay.
We have many gambits. I will use one of those.
Dude, the shenanigans that we get into when Leto is not here to talk for us.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
I love it.
Honestly,
I
it's
love
just
it.
making it
Yeah.
more like the Wookie prisoner exchange.
Yeah,
Hi,
for
hello.
sure.
We're fine. Everything's fine up here. That's literally what I'm doing. We
How
found
are
these
you?
guys.
We're fine. How are you?
Oh my god.
That's kind of... Okay, 5 and a 3.
Okay, so 5 is the highest. The guard goes, all right, you 4, show him where there's an open cell. We'll put him in there.
Okay, thanks. I want to be away from these things. And so we'll go towards...
Guards leave with you and start escorting you down this hallway where there is an open cell.
I don't know if Graves is doing this, but I think Theodus is holding his arms behind his back as if he's cuffed, even though I don't think he.
Yeah, at this point, Gears stands behind Graves. He's like, both like Xenos, right?
Yep.
And has them in the lead, but then the 4 guards are in front of them, and behind Graves, Graves, Gears is like, tackle them into the cell. And then I'm gonna turn to Havoc. Get ready to shoot the last two guards. You said there was half a dozen, right?
There are 4, yeah. So there are 4 that are escorting you to the cells, and there are 2 still back at
Two still back. Okay.
the guard station. Yep.
So at that point, yeah, and get ready to turn on the last 2. I say 2 Havoc.
Yeah.
Did you bring a blaster?
Yeah.
Okay, I say the same
Having
thing.
so stressed he lost his accent.
I say the same thing. I'm telling this to Gears, to Havoc and Slice, because they're behind me. That's just easier. Go.
You walk down a bit, and then the guards call out, "Open cell B14." The cell opens.
All right, I think this is my cue.
This is your moment. You are trying to knock 2 of them in, or all 4 of them?
All 4.
Oh,
of
I'd
them.
like to put all 4 in.
Okay.
Yeah, as many as possible.
All
be ready
right.
to help if
Okay. Let's. I think that I'm gonna need you to use your special
Wrecking crew.
wrecking crew ability. Just trying to push 1 in would be very easy, but trying to push all 4 in before they get the jump on you is going to be pretty difficult. But I think with wrecking crew you can totally do it. What action?
I'm sorry, Wrecking Crew is the one striking in melee, so I guess Unstoppable is the one I'm using.
Unstoppable. Sorry,
Yep.
That's the one. Yep.
Yep.
So you're gonna mark a stress to push yourself and deal with a group of people on equal footing, which
Alrighty.
is great. What action do you think you're gonna take here?
This is a scramble.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
Because you're not trying to hurt them. You're just trying to push them in there.
Just a big old push.
Just a big push. Just a big push.
Yeah.
I think that's a risky position, and I think it's. I think it would have been a limited effect, but with Unstoppable, you can push yourself, and we'll make that a standard effect. We'll kind of get rid of that tier
Awesome.
difference between.
Yep. All right. I mean, a standard effect is all I want. So
For sure.
I don't think I'll need a gambit for this because I've got 4 dice. So
That's pretty good.
yeah, we got 6s.
Wow. Okay. Add a gambit then back.
Yeah.
And
Got that, Nick?
Yes, I got one.
Thanks.
you push the 4 of them in, and I will say that I'm not gonna make you roll to like shut the thing again. You can hit it and it shuts. But there is shouting from down the hall as the other 2 are like, "Hey, what is happening right there?" And they pull out their blasters and they start firing down the hall. One of them gets on the radio and goes,
Well, it was all supposed to happen simultaneously. So,
okay.
Gears,
You're gonna
Havoc,
try
and
I understand. Okay.
Slice
all
all turn and start firing
from down the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, Justin,
Yeah.
can I roll a flash? Can I do a flashback?
Depending.
Can. It's almost certainly
Yeah.
going to take you out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Is it? Why are you
Is it
doing
fine?
that?
Why are you doing this?
Okay,
Didn't
yeah,
you just
Why
shoot
are you
the guys?
sacrificing yourself?
I'm gonna shoot the guys.
What are you doing? You still might take
Okay.
yourself out. I don't know why you
I
need
brought
to
a
like
blaster
guarantee it.
pistol. I don't know, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right. I was gonna say it's fine.
You were going to say you put your explosives.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I mean, that would have been a
Justin,
great
you
use
know
of
me
that
so
flashback.
well.
I do know you.
You know me
well.
so well, Justin.
Um,
Yeah, no, it's fine. I actually brought a blaster pistol. But that
I
brings
think-
me at That's all my normal note.
Okay.
Marked.
All right. You're marked up. Here's what I would like. Is Theodus turning around and firing as well too?
You just can't use a blaster. So
Theodus
no.
can't use a blaster.
Oh.
Rather than have you both roll, if Gears and Havoc are rolling, I think we'll call as a group action for the two of you. Who would like to lead this?
I don't actually have a room in my inventory for a blaster.
Oh, okay.
I just have
So
my
it's just
drone.
Havoc.
Is it
I
just...
actually would join and help. I'm not using a blaster, but I have something else I can do to help. I would use my kinetic abilities to like literally shove them either direction into the way of blaster fire.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I mean, do you guys want to use some of the weapons that were on Graves? I mean, I feel like RP would suggest that you had to take something off of him while pretending he was a prisoner, effectively. But
Can I use a gun off of Graves?
I mean,
Justin, can you use a gun off of Graves?
if
Please?
Graves wants to mark off the
the
appropriate
loadout?
item slots, I'm all right with the fact that you.
All right, have fun with the big guns that are used by
Sherry?
muscle items.
What is a rifle for me but a handgun for Graves?
Yeah, I mean, let's say, let's give you. Yeah, the best thing is just Krieger, a fine blaster pistol. So it's all good. It's a normal
Great.
blaster pistol,
Easy,
Nick.
easy.
Yeah. Are you cool with me using kinetics to help? Like,
Yeah, let me take a look at that ability here. I think
I
I'm
can-
pretty much okay with it.
Yeah.
Let's just get the specific wording down.
yeah, I can read it since I have it right here on my character sheet if you want.
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What? So I think so for sure. I think it's now definitely a group action. What action do you think you're rolling, and who's leading that action?
I think scrap makes the most sense.
Scrap makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a risky position, and your goal is to try and kill them before they can say anything. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think with the three of you, then we'll say that it's a standard effect. You can do it.
Nick, clear 2 gambit. No, just clear 1. No, clear 2 gambit. I'm gonna use 2 gambit because I used one. I can use one to not take stress to use my kinetics. But the way I can use gambit instead of stress when I need to pay a stress cost.
Oh. Cool.
And then I'm also going to use one because I don't have anything in
I'm
any pips in this.
Also going to use one because I don't have any pips and scrap either.
How much gambit do
We still have one left.
Can I use that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is this where the other shoe drops finally?
I have no pips in scrap. Also, who's leading this? Not me, please.
If nobody has pips and scrap, let's just pick arbitrarily. I can lead. I don't care.
Okay.
I think I might have the most stress
Okay.
available out of the 3 of us.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So we've all used gambit.
We're going for, and obviously, mechanically, it doesn't matter that Slice is also shooting, but Slice is also shooting. So we're just going for a large spread. None of us can shoot very well. Enough, blaster bolts down range.
Yeah.
Probably
And Theodus is literally watching where your blaster fire is going and shoving their body. You guys are watching their bodies kind of ragdoll
Just
back and forth.
pick up bullets.
Theodus tries to put them in the way of blaster fire.
Oh man, we're each just rolling one die.
It's gonna be okay though.
I think so too.
Oh my god.
I think Justin's gonna.
Did we all roll
He's
6s?
gonna stop playing with us.
Did we all roll 6s?
Yeah,
we
I
all
think so.
rolled
Yeah,
6s.
we all roll 6.
You're incredible.
Does that count as a crit?
Incredible.
Does that count as a crit?
All I
think
had
so.
to do is shove 4 guys into a prison cell and count on the rest of you to roll 6s. That's a plan if I ever heard one.
This is for real, and you're never gonna
Okay.
believe this, but all 3 of us rolled a 6.
On our
Really?
one die.
Yes.
Yes.
On
Yes.
one
I'm
die.
incredible.
We each rolled one
Guys.
die.
Are insane. I don't know how y'all are doing this. Was it
for the next
wild.
job?
Gambits were spent, so
Yes,
you're
gambits
not
were-
getting
yeah,
the
several.
gambits. I think all of them.
Every single one. Yeah, every single one.
So you are now out of gambits. You Graves shoves these 4 guards into the cell, hits it, closes on them. You guys fire your last 2 blasts. You fire your blaster pistols down the hallway to take out these 2 guards. Theodus is like moving them in the way of that was a joke. In the way of these blaster rifle shots, and they crumple. And you still have a row of prison cells to search. And you still have to get off this ship, but we will have to see how you do that next time.
Oh, man.
It's already that time, isn't it?
It is already that time.
Wow.
I still got one more surprise up my sleeve.
Oh no.
Wow. We're definitely all gonna die.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, or go to jail. Because we're already technically on the way.
That's definitely worse from Graves' perspective.
I'm almost definitely marking another trauma after this job.
I don't know about y'all's
during this
characters,
job.
but I don't think Theodus is gonna go to jail when he could just die instead.
Yep.
Could die or could go to jail. Well, thank you so much for listening. We'll have to see how this prison heist ends next episode. We will see you next week. Bye.
Peace.
The Professionals is a Scum and Villainy actual play podcast produced by Dustfire Media. As an independent production, your support helps us to continue putting out content like this. Please check our Patreon at patreon.com/Dustfire Media, where you can access exclusive content including The Forge, our Patreon exclusive show. Dustfire Media seeks to remain family friendly, but this is an improv storytelling game and the players may briefly depict scenes with more mature story elements. See you around, scoundrels.